What is up, YouTube? This is your boy Bearded TCG, finally back with another video, but we are not back with a Yu-Gi-Oh video this time. I am back with my first ever deck profile for the new Star Wars Unlimited TCG. This game came out about a month-ish ago now. I've been having a lot of fun playing it, and I have finally just had time to finally sit down and record a video of a deck that I've been playing for a little bit now. This isn't the main deck that I've been like hardcore playing, but this deck is one of the decks that I've been playing for fun, and I have really enjoyed it. It is a aggro-ish deck. This deck just wants to get rid of your opponent's base and control the board a little bit at the same time. It doesn't have a bunch of control cards or anything like that. Like a lot of decks these days do, like Iden or Boba or anything like that. But this still is a very fun deck to play, and it's honestly very budget friendly, so it's another reason why I want to show it. One of the cards that I'm going to show in the beginning of this is not very budget friendly, but there's a literal regular version of this card that you can use. But without further ado, we are going to be playing Grand Moff Tarkin. He is a very fun, very budget-friendly deck to play. When he is in his leader mode, you tap him, tap one of your resources, and then you give an experience to a Imperial unit. He only requires 5 resources to flip, and then once flipped, on attack, he does the same thing that his other ability does, except you don't have to tap a resource. He just gives an experience to another Imperial unit other than himself. We are just playing this with a regular 30 base. I just chose Castro City. It was literally the first one in my stack. Realistically, you can use any red 30 base. You can use Tarkin Town if you really want. It does help a little, but I do find that having that extra 5 resources or extra 5 life is very beneficial and keeps you in the game a little bit longer, especially versus decks like Sabine, who just literally will go after your base and for the most part not focus on a lot of your units, or Boba, who can get out of control really quick and control the board and then start pushing for a lot of damage, which can be very bad very quickly in the game. So now we are going to go into the uh, regular ground units. If I remember right, there are 28 of them. We play 3 copies of Vanguard Infantry. This is a 1-drop, 1/2. When defeated, you just give a experience token to another unit. So the whole point of your deck is you're just going to be buffing up a bunch of your other units and then swinging in for high damage. That is kind of like the aggro portion of this. This realistically is one of my favorite 1-drops in the game. It does literally nothing, but it is a 1 cost 3/1. So just being able to put 3 damage pretty early onto your opponent's base is pretty crucial and pretty important. And when you're literally doing this and then paying 1 with Tarkin to make this now a 4/2, can get out of hand very quickly. And your opponent cannot sometimes won't see it coming. I've gotten this thing up to like 10 life or 10 attack before, and it put a lot of pressure on my opponent, and I ended up winning that game, thankfully. For 2-drops, I play 3 copies of Seasoned Stormtrooper. This card's really good. It's just a 2 cost, 2/3, and then while you control 6 or more resources, which can happen very quickly. We don't play any ramp in this deck, so it's not gonna happen super quickly, but it comes up quick enough. This becomes a +2/+0, so you can either play this early and just start poking for 2, or using the fact that it's got a higher defense than a lot of things to kind of just control the board a little bit and take out lower defense units. Or you can play it late and it comes out as a plus. It'll be when it swings. Oh no, not even. Just this will come out as a 4/3 instead, which is very good. We do play 3 copies as well of First Legion Snowtrooper. While attacking a damaged unit, this does get +2/+0 and gains Overwhelm. And just being able to do that extra excess damage over your opponent's unit and then swinging onto the base is really good, especially if you're getting over those Sentinel units. It's very helpful. Because swinging into a Sentinel, you have no choice, so you're not usually going to be getting a lot of damage into the base at that point on that side. So if you can still poke for a little bit of extra damage, it does help in the long run of things. Um, Now for the next 2 cost unit, it is the Snowtrooper Lieutenant. This is honestly one of my favorite cards in the entire game, because turn 2, you play your whatever first, and then you go ahead and play this, and then you get to do an extra 2 damage if it's an Imperial unit. So you may attack with a unit. If it's Imperial, it gets +2/+0 from this attack, which is very good because you do play a lot of Imperial units in this deck. Uh, so just being able to put an extra +2 on to another opponent's unit or into the base is very, very crucial. Let's not leave that there. And then we play General Tag. I believe I said his name correctly. This is the last 2 cost unit that we play. When played, given an experience token to each of up to 3 trooper units. So most of our Imperials are also troopers, so you just give an extra +1/+1 to literally 3 of your current troopers sitting on the board, which is huge. Again, you just keep making things big in this game, and it's really, really nice. And then for the 3 cost, we play 3 cell block guards. This has Sentinel. Just getting to play this early and allowing you to help yourself set up a little bit more is very big, very crucial for this deck to kind of continue being able to play through decks like Sabine, because Sabine is going to play a lot of times on their ground unit side, and them having to force them into attacking this rather than your base for at least hopefully a turn, especially early game, is really good. So you can get a hopeful bigger board presence or find the card you need to be able to get over the stuff that a lot of decks have. Another useful 3 drop that we play, I only play 2 of this card because it's good, but you're realistically using it for its buff ability. It does come out as a 3/3 though, which is still really good. But other friendly Imperial units get +1/+1. Again, just making something extra big. And then for a 5 drop, we don't have any 4 drops. We play 3 Agent Callus. Agent Callus has ambush, so when it comes out, it's going to immediately start attacking. But if you also have something, as I was saying, like General Veer's out, it's going to come out as a 5/5 instead of a 4/4, helping you push for bigger and better damage. And if this thing kills a unique unit, if a unique unit is defeated, sorry, English is very, very hard tonight. You get to draw the card. If this and that unique unit die at the exact same time, you still get to draw the card because Agent Callus does see that happen, which is really, really nice. And then I play one more 5 drop for ground units. This is the last ground units. I play 2 copies of Rook. Rook is literally one of my favorite cards in this deck because it not only when it comes out is a 3/6, but it also gets a shield. And if it attacks anything, it has Death Touch. It does not care. Defeat that unit. If it's a non-leader unit, I don't care if you have a shield, I'm defeating you. It will bypass that shield, which is super amazing. Rook is literally one of my favorite cards. I don't see a lot of decks running it. I'm not sure why. Maybe they think it's not that great or like it's going to get targeted first, which sometimes it does. And that is, I mean, it's a thing that's going to happen, but I'm not ever usually too worried about it. Because I mean, having the shield is very useful, and he is over the one card that just says defeat a unit with 5 or less HP, so he can't be hit by that, which is really good. So moving on to the space units, we play 3 TIE Fighters for our 1-drops. This is the only 1-drop space unit that we play. It's an Imperial, so it's getting the Veer's effect of +1/+1. So just becoming another big unit. A lot of decks aren't playing very heavily into space units. We are kind of one of them. We're not playing super heavy into space units. But space can be a very crucial area for arena for the match. Just allowing you to push for a lot of damage when your opponent isn't focusing on that area and they're focused on building something in the ground area. This card is insane. I play 2 of this. It is the only 2-drop we play. It is called Frontline Shuttle. Action: defeat this unit. Attack with a unit. Even if it is exhausted, it can attack. Even if it's exhausted, it can't attack bases for this attack, unfortunately. So if you've already used a unit to attack the base, you can then just defeat this. You literally just defeat it. It doesn't have to tap or anything like that. It doesn't say tap to do this. You just defeat the unit, and then you can attack with the same unit that already has attacked before, and attack into a another to your opponent's ground unit, which is really good. Or attack into with your opponent's space units, because you can choose a space unit or a ground unit to attack into another unit, which is really really good. 4 drops. I play 3 copies of Imperial Interceptor. Just deal 3 damage to an opponent's space unit, which is really good just for getting rid of crucial small little things. So basically, if your opponent plays one of these and then you play it, you just pop their Imperial Interceptor, which is uh, very good. We play 3 copies of TIE Advance. Again, just giving more experience to the Imperial units, making them bigger and making them stronger. And then the biggest of the ships that we play is 2 copies of Ruthless Raider. When played or defeated, deal 2 damage to an enemy's base and 2 damage to an enemy unit, which can be very good because you can just ping off small little things that your opponent has that's either about to die or only has 2 defense. And then this can also just kind of uh, pick off that last little bit of base damage that you may or may not need to just kind of like round out the game. And then again, when it dies, so if you just need to run this into something and let it die, and then ping 2 more damage onto the base and 2 more damage to a unit, it can be very useful and actually help you win games. I have won many games just playing Ruthless Raider. Now we move on to the upgrades. Some of these may seem a little bit weird. These are just the ones that I feel like are really good right now in the current state of the game, with there only being 1 set out. But we play 2 copies of Force Stroke. You do not need to have a Force unit to use this card. You only need a Force unit if you want this to cost 1 less. But otherwise, you just deal 5 damage to any non-vehicle unit. That unit's controller then draws a card. So you are giving your opponent a +1, but you are literally just dealing 5 damage to a non-vehicle unit. So you can hit a leader with this, which easily kills Sabine. It kills Iden. There's definitely quite a few more that it just like one taps. I think it one taps Hera as well. So that card just literally can change the entire shift of the game. Like you could be down a lot and pick off that one unit that is causing you a lot of issues, and change the entire game around. 3 drops. I played 3 copies of one Open Fire. I find this card very helpful. It does get sided out sometimes, going into games 2 and 3. If it doesn't seem like my opponent is putting out anything too impressive. But Open Fire is really good just for picking off, again, little things that are in your way. Just so like, there's a Sentinel in the way and you want to be swinging at the base for that area, you can just pick off the Sentinel unit usually with that, and keep swinging for, lethal. We do also play 2 copies of Maximum Firepower, as we do play Imperial units. So a friendly Imperial unit deals damage equal to its power to a unit, then another friendly Imperial unit deals damage equal to its power to the same unit. So this is really good for decks when you're playing against Boba, who's got Vader, Iden, who's got Vader, like, or if you're playing Luke. So Chewie's got Luke in it, Luke's got Luke in it. So you just use this against those decks, and you're able to pick off those bigger defense units really easily with this. And with your stuff getting super big, it makes it very easy to pick those off because you'll have very high attack units. And then the last 2 cards in this deck to round it off are just 2 copies of Overwhelming Barrage. This card can quite literally board wipe. I have seen it done. I have done it. It literally just gives +2/+2 for the phase. Then it deals damage equal to its power, dividing between any among the number of other units. So you can hit leaders, you can hit ground units, space units. It does not matter. So if you're one you're putting this with is a ground unit, it can hit the space units. It can just pick off what's kind of bothering you. So if there's a Sentinel in your way, pick off the Sentinel. If there's a big boss card in the way, like a Boba or like the Luke or the Vader, and you need that last little bit of damage to pick it off, you can Overwhelming Barrage and knock them all out. It is very, very good. So that rounds off the deck. I'm not gonna show the side deck for this one because it's not really like finished at this point. I'm still kind of working on it. Also, side decks are just more or less based on your locals or any, or if you're going to any competitions or tournaments, whatever, uh, and kind of just compare to what matchups you think you're going to see there. Right now, basically, I would say just kind of if you're going to anything big, just side for Idens, Bobas, Sabines. I would side for Vaders because those are getting very prominent. Honestly, I've seen a bit of Tarkins as well. Krennics are kind of out there as well. Locals, probably not a big deal. A lot of people probably aren't playing the crazy meta stuff, depending if how competitive your locals really is. But other than that, guys, I do thank you guys so much for watching. And if you can, it would mean a lot. Go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you want to keep watching stuff. If you guys want to see anything else, see any other deck profiles, let me know. If I don't have the stuff to make the deck, hopefully a friend will, and I'll be able to get their deck profile and their opinions and thoughts on their own deck, which will be very, very cool. Um, I'm hoping to start also posting, just playing, just like either playing like in tournament or play testing. So hopefully some of that will come soon. If you guys have any thoughts or ideas for this deck that you think I should add to it over something else, please let me know. I'm not a god. I'm not a wizard of all things Star Wars Unlimited. I wish I was. I'd be making way more money in this game, hopefully, but I make nothing in this game right now. But but if there's anything you guys think I should be playing in this deck over something else, please let me know. All the helpful advice is super appreciated. And once again, I can't thank you guys enough for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.